When I am walking along natural British borders, not everyone is always so understanding of the situation. Sometimes the ungrateful locals even attempt to shoot at me. How improper of them. Unfortunately, bullets have this annoying tendency of hurting me. But do they have to? In EU4, when someone shoots you, or your army in this case, this is modelled through fire damage received. What if you decided, no more taking fire damage. Let's get that minus 100% fire damage received. Disclaimers: Ironman mode compatible, achievement compatible, standard setup, so no custom nations and no unlimited nation forming. That last one made this a bit more annoying. For the first time in quite a while, we will not be starting as a Native American. This is rather ironic, given that out of everything I've made a video on so far, from defending forts to not paying for troops, Native Americans would probably be the ones that would benefit the most from being immune to gun, given Europeans exist. Either way, the only actual requirement for today is to not start as an end tag. So we have the liberty of our start that makes our life slightly easier. We will need to flip Zoroastrian, and it's only time sensitive because Zoroastrianism tends to disappear quite quickly from the map. As such, I will suggest either Uzbek or Nogai. I'm going to do Nogai in this demonstration, as we will need horde ideas and this saves us a government flips. And it gives us access to the Timurids early, which will allow us to acquire those Zoroastrian minorities for later use. Okay, maybe the phrase acquire for later use sounds like I'm going to be exploiting, but I promise, officer, I'm going to do nothing of the sort. If anything, I'm going to be let them run my country later. So you know what? It's a fair deal if you think about it. So now that we are in Nogai, step 1, ideas. Take horde ideas and then innovative ideas. And then we can get the best defense policy. The best defense is actually a good defense. Thank you, Paradox. Very cool. While we are doing this, I'm assuming you have killed the Timurids to gain access to the minorities in question. You will need them later, as mentioned before. Then, it's hoarding time, so make sure you hoard all the way over to Germany. Conquer into northern Germany, namely the Hanover region, which I've annexed over here, and then reform into a theocracy. Become Lower Saxon, and then form Hanover. Very, very important to make sure you take these new traditions and ambitions. We'll be keeping those traditions and ambitions until the end of the game. With that, now go and take divine ideas. Now, you need to become a Protestant, and you can probably see where this is going, because we need to form Prussia. Reform to a Hussite will also work for this if you feel like you want to be special. But there we go, now we reform into Prussia. Very important again, do not take the new traditions and ambitions. We cannot abandon our roots after all. Now we're going back to Persia. Go ahead and take this province to get the Bakar Ateshgah monument. Trust me, that's how the locals pronounce it. What, you don't believe me? Go ahead, go to Iran and check. Yeah, that's what I thought. So with the monument secured, become Zoroastrian. Note, doing so will knock you out of the militaristic divine state Prussian government, since you're no longer Protestant, Reformed, Hussite, or Anglican. However, you will also get the nice ability of messing up your UI, since the Zoroastrian theocracy icon will be broken. With the province converted to Zoroastrianism, upgrade the monument to level 2. You can go to level 3 after all it is 10% discipline compared to 5, but is strictly speaking not necessary here. Now, it's time for a bit of a waiting game. The reason we have formed Prussia is for the minus 20% fire damage received and the age ability. However, while we do that, we need to make some preparations, and as a slight spoiler to that, we've been hovering over Japan for a reason. So, while waiting for the age bonus, become a Japanese culture, and this is rather important, annex every single individual who has access to the daimyo or independent daimyo or any version of that government. Since to form Japanism as an outsider, no daimyo etc. has to exist. You can see this requirement here. And I forgot about the little pirate people. Let me resolve that now. So, as soon as the Age of Revolutions hits, as soon as you possibly can, get that minus 20% land fire damage received. And you should be ready for this by now, form Japan. Make sure you do not take new traditions and ambitions. At this point you have minus 60%, and with another minus 25% available from drill, all you need is another minus 15% land fire damage received. And this is where the Japanese missions seen here will help us. In particular, there will be 2 missions. The first mission here that will help us is the Marine Samurai, which until the end of the game will mean that our Marines that are made out of samurai will have fire damage received minus 5%. Then, in the mission right below that, we'll have the proliferation of the firearm. We will need to complete this mission via the Power of the Sword incident, at which will give us the Unbreakable Spirit for 30 years, giving us the following effect: -10 fire damage for the remaining 30 years. And with that, we will have -100% fire damage received on our fully drilled, Zoroastrian worshipping, Prussian doctrine having, Hanoverian ideas inspired Marines. That is all I have time for today. If you enjoyed the video, a like and a sub would be appreciated. But, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.